to our fourth EveryJoe podcast.
Has it been the fourth already?
It is.
Wow.
I am Interpol agent Max Steele, joined today by crime scene investigator El Vega, U.S. Marshal Charlie Miles,
Oh, man.
and costume vigilante Skylar Dievendorf.
Yes, I'm dressed as Skylar.
That's right. Well, he's in his secret identity today. The important thing is that when we're not fighting crime, we do a weekly podcast.
It's for you.
So that's right.
It's all for you.
We, defending America from criminals and podcasting about crime. In fact, let's talk about crime.
Sure.
Right.
What do we have?
Right now there's sort of a controversy news story going on between the Patriots and the Jets, and specifically a couple of their fans. We've got Jacelyn Nugent. She's a Patriots fan who was punched
In the face.
By I can't say his last name, Paschke,
Something like
Paschke.
that.
a Jets fan. And
The Jets suck, by the way.
well, whether or not either of the teams suck, I'm not sure that punching people in the face is the right way to go.
Well, considering that this is like a football rivalry that's been around for quite a while,
Yeah.
it's the fans are just taking it out on each other. Unfortunately, they should let it happen on the football field
Well,
with the professionals.
There's apparently some interesting stuff going on here. So the man Paschke, I guess, is a convicted felon,
Yep.
and
He's been in jail for murder.
He's been in jail for murder.
Yep.
So I think she probably got off lucky just getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
And then from what I understand, the actual full length of the episode was that he got into a fight with someone in her group and was pounding the guy.
Yeah.
And then they tried to pull him off, and then he went back into the fray. And at that point, she charges in at him, and then he punches her in the face. So, he's twice her weight. So if that's how it went down, that's actually a fairly brave woman, to sort of charge in against a guy who's beating up a friend.
Yeah, but still, I mean, if she started it or not, you should never punch a girl square in the face. I mean, like you were saying, he is obviously twice as big as her,
Right.
Like, pick on someone your own size. Ever heard of that?
Well, maybe
he
it
was.
wasn't. It sounds like there were a lot of fists flying around,
Yeah.
and she may have just gotten caught up.
But there's
Collateral
actual
damage.
No, it
video.
was deliberate. It was
Oh, it was
definitely
deliberate?
We have
full on,
actual
yeah.
video on the EveryJoe website
Yeah.
that shows her getting punched right in the face.
Yeah, it's not like I'm so sorry, baby.
Yeah, it's not like, whoops.
Yeah.
It's like a direct punch.
It's a direct punch. So, okay. I mean, so you're saying you should never punch a woman in the face? I mean,
No.
What if the
Never.
woman has just punched you in the face?
I mean, if it's me, I would punch her back because it's, girl against girl. And, like, if we're the same. If she's, like, a little, small, petite little girl, I could probably just push her over and I wouldn't punch her in the face.
What if it's like Xena Warrior Princess and she's just punched me in the face? Like, do I have to let Xena
If
beat me up?
Xena Princess Warrior punched me in the face, I would probably cry and run away.
So, okay.
So what you're
Knocked
saying
out
is if a woman's beating a man to death, he should just lay there and take it.
Yeah, like, I feel like there's a double standard at work here, right?
There- Very much so.
Well, no. If
At what
Xena
point should he
punched
fight?
you in the face, you should try to defend yourself. But, I mean, not... I don't know.
Look, all right, first up, I want to say, I think this guy Paschke was in the wrong.
Oh, yeah.
He'd already attacked her friend. I think she's a very brave woman. But, all right, leaving that aside, right, I feel like there's a double standard, right? Like, either we should say men and women are equal in all ways, in which case it should be just as okay to punch a woman in the face as it is to punch a man in the face, or we should say, no, men and women are different in important ways, but then we also need to back off on the notion that, women should be Green Berets.
Look,
Who's with me?
I'm with you.
I'm with you.
And this is hard for me to say because raised in the South, you get taught don't punch people in the
Right.
face, especially women.
Manners.
But I'm with you because if
the girl provokes it.
Well, no, if we want to be equal, we're making strides towards it, and this stuff can't be overlooked.
All right, so your sense is our society will be better when men can punch women in the face and women can punch men in the face.
I'm an equal opportunity puncher, I guess.
I'm saying don't punch anyone in the face.
Yeah.
Sure, okay, so you're
But-
nonviolent, like Buddhistic.
But I mean, also the equality of if you want to treat everyone equally.
Okay, what do you think will be a better world? Would it be a better world where we say men and women are different and therefore men can be drafted and women shouldn't be drafted to go to war and men shouldn't punch women in the face? Or would it be a better world if we said men and women are equal and it's okay for women to get drafted to go die in the trenches and it's okay for them to get punched in the face too? Which is a better world?
If it in self-defense, Punching, I'm saying treat everyone equally, and if someone punches you in the face, stand up for yourself.
What about the trenches?
I think they have every right to be in the trenches as anybody else.
Yeah.
Look at
we're not
Israel.
Right, we're talking about duty.
Duty?
Drafted.
Yeah, no, look at Israel.
Okay, so you're in for drafting.
Those are some of the most badass people on earth.
How about you?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the draft, but
No, me neither.
Nope, who is?
Right.
But I mean, there are more women on this planet than there are men.
Because of wars throughout history.
I mean, I think it's only fair that we two
Really?
get drafted.
But here's the thing.
I don't want to be drafted.
Okay,
I
you-
think I've already passed that age where they don't draft you after
well, it
you're...
depends how bad the war is.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Are you able
So,
to walk? Are you able to
You
hold
can-
something?
Okay, you can say there's more women than men, but you know what? There's a reason for that, right? Biologically,
Yeah.
right? One man can have an unlimited number of children with any number of women, whereas women are strictly limited in the number of children they can have.
And not
Except for
only that,
Michelle Duggar.
Even her. I mean, Genghis Khan, I believe, had 500 children. No woman on Earth could ever have
That's-
500
thank
children,
God.
right?
Yeah, but not only that, but like the XY chromosome, there's more X, which is the female gender, so you're more likely to have girls.
Yeah, that's also
as
true, right?
Babies, but
So-
because of the wars, also because so many men have died,
That's
like
right.
the women are obviously overpowering because there are so many, and they don't go to the wars.
Well, here's something interesting: is historically something like only 30% of men have ever reproduced that have been alive, whereas virtually 100% of women who are alive. It's not 100, but it's like 90%, right?
More than likely
that
to
makes sense.
reproduce.
More,
yeah.
yeah. So as a result, dudes are just, they're more oriented towards taking chances, being violent, because it's like, like if you're a guy and you want to reproduce, historically speaking, you have a pretty hard time of it. Whereas if you're a woman and you want to reproduce, you basically just raise your hand.
Yeah.
Well, some women have a hard time bearing children.
Right, which is a
Which is-
biological issue
right,
that they're facing.
right.
But it's not like a evolutionarily biological
right,
situation.
And some women just raise their hand way too many times.
It's true. It's true. Well, that goes back to the idiocracy problem.
Yeah.
All right, so you're still in favor of women in the trenches.
Yes.
How about you?
I'm going to say
Begrudgingly.
no.
No?
say
What about
no.
so you're a men and women are different person.
Yes.
I'm a men and women are different person. So we have the social conservatives over here, and we have the leftists over here.
Just funny.
Hey.
Right.
Yeah. We're leftists on the right.
Well, from the viewer's point of view, you're on the
Yeah,
left.
you guys are on
So
the
we're on
left.
stage.
So we're even. It's,
I cleverly arranged that.
Yo, dog, I heard you liked leftists.
All right, what else we got?
I think the moral of the story is don't punch a girl in the face. My opinion.
My opinion, don't punch people in the face.
Don't
Don't
go to
punch
football
anyone
games.
in the
Yeah,
Yeah.
just don't go to football
Don't
games.
like the Jets.
Or you know what? Just avoid tailgating in general and just go to
Tailgating
the
is
football
so
game.
fun.
Or just punch everyone
This
in
was
the face.
wasn't this
Punch
done
everyone.
Study kung fu.
Was this done at the game or was it at the tailgate?
It was right outside of the
So tailgating.
the seats.
Oh,
No, it was at
Like
the game.
in the stadium.
It was at
Yeah.
the game.
Like
yeah.
they come out of their seats like through that hall. Like you know how outside they have like all the food
Oh, yeah.
and all that stuff.
well then I
That's where it
retract that.
happened.
Avoid tailgating, or avoid going inside and just tailgate.
That's right.
It's cheaper and you'll be able to hear the game.
Tailgating's the best
Just watch
part.
from home. How about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
You'll get better.
Get drunk in
Your
your
pajamas.
You'll get a
normal
better view. You'll get a better view of the game. You'll be able to wear pajamas, and you can drink much less expensive alcohol.
I gotta say, if I had the choice to go watch a football game versus watch at home, there has to be a couple guidelines. If I go watch it live, I have to spend no more than $50 per ticket. That's my max.
But then you'll get crappy tickets.
Right. But then not only that, you're gonna have to spend at least $50 on beer and hot
Yeah.
dogs or whatever it is that you want to eat. So, but the actual live event, being there in person is awesome. And so, but when you watch at home, you have the comfort of your couch or whatever it is that you want to sit on, your large TV or whatever. You can eat whatever you want and you don't have to pay anything.
And it's
Yeah.
not freezing.
And
Yeah. See, what I like to do is on the day of the big game, right? Like I like to get, some beer, some soda. I like to get some chips. I sit down on my
What?
comfortable couch and I play Skyrim.
Yep.
yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, you're not the type to watch football, but
So,
yeah.
yeah, that's what I like to do on the big game days.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well, you get a better view watching it on TV because even if you have like $1,000 seats,
It's true.
you're going to be seeing it from one angle,
Yeah.
and you aren't going to be able to be up close. And on TV, they have cameras that are zooming in overhead the field, so you get this great view,
Yeah.
something you can never get by going to the game.
You know
That's
what's
true.
gonna get really weird is when all of life becomes that way, where like you're actually better off virtually participating than actually participating. Because imagine what it's going to be. I mean, it's not going to be too much longer till I can just get a TV feed surrounding right through my sunglasses.
Or you can
with an
have one
earbud,
implanted in your eyeball.
Or implanted in the eye, and then it's going to be like you're there. And all your friends are just chilling out. You're getting the full thing, and you're following the players, like player's eye view. And then why would you even go to the game at that point?
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Tailgating. That's why you want to go.
Yeah.
But you can tailgate at your house.
I guess you could. I mean, I do.
Virtually tailgate.
I mean, you know what's going to happen is the only reason to go out is going to become in order to meet individuals of the opposite sex you haven't met. Like,
You
Or
haven't
you can meet
reproduced
people
with yet.
online.
But, you can meet people online, but eventually you need to meet them in person.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's going to be the only time we leave our house.
Yeah, you
The
can't really
future of
exchange
society-
bodily fluids over the internet.
The next thing we're going to do is write a dystopian novel.
Working on it.
Duh.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Falls
but
apart.
that's going to be the... Why is that dystopic? That sounds awesome.
It's going to get to a point where it'll start off utopic, and then it'll turn.
I don't think utopic is a word.
I'm making it a word.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's a word
Charlie
now.
Miles.
Funk and Wagnall
Webster.
over here.
Dictionary.
Why is it dystopic to like have virtual reality be so awesome?
I think it's
going
going to be... No, I think it's going to be awesome, but
a left-wing progressive Luddite.
Left-wing progressive Luddites are the best.
I'm an enigma.
I hate computers.
I'm an enigma. And I love computers. I just think there's going to be a part where it's reading to me as... And then the world's going to end, and it's going to be dystopic.
Well, the world is going to end 2030, more or less.
What?
It's true.
But then there's no time for it to be dystopic, so then it's all...
Do you know? Wait.
So then
Let's go back.
it's just going to be utopic.
You're saying the
It's
world
a
is going to
word.
end
It
in
works.
2030.
I'm taking it.
More or less.
Taking it back.
How so?
Well, I don't know exactly, but I will say this. I have a close friend in FEMA, okay, which is, for those of you who don't know, the Federal Emergency Management Authority. Mm-hmm. And I pulled him aside, and I said, hey, close friend in FEMA, all this talk of, imminent collapse, how worried should I really be? And he said to me, very worried. And I said, like, I should have a couple weeks of food set aside? And he said, you should have as much food set aside as you can. And I said, well, how much food do you have set aside? A year. Oh. How are the other guys in FEMA? Oh, well, the ones that are really in the know, he says, they're crazy. I'm like, so you're the sane one with a year of food? He's like, yeah, it's pretty bad. Oh, should I be buying guns and ammo? Absolutely. We all do.
Now, the magazine or actual guns and ammo?
Actual guns and ammo. So anyway, we get to talking, and he predicted basically that more or less by 2030 we would be looking at societal collapse and a new dark ages. So there you go.
Woohoo!
Interesting.
Yeah. So that means we're only going to be doing this podcast through 2029. I mean, 2030. We're
Sorry,
cutting
guys.
it off.
Oh, it's a limited edition podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
No, but seriously, like I actually am. In fact, I do have preparations in my home for in the event of bad times. I don't have a year, but I have like a month of food.
Wow.
That's
the world will
better
end
than
in
nothing.
2030.
Yeah. I mean, the world won't end. Civilization will begin to collapse.
The
Well,
world
it's
as
already on
we
its
the
way.
world as
I
we
mean,
know it.
Right. The world is.
Kim and Kanye West are getting married, so I mean,
All right, let's talk
my
about
celebrity
that.
world is coming to an end.
Well,
This
is-
that's
this
step
is-
one of the apocalypse.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
It's
I'm
been
saying.
prophesized.
The worship of celebrity culture is part of the decline.
Yeah.
Let's hone in on that.
Yeah, seriously. Well, we just found out that she got a 15-carat diamond engagement ring
And was it a
from
blood
Kanye
diamond?
West.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
hope so, yeah.
Those are the best ones.
But I mean,
you have to make
can
it
check
worth
out
it.
EveryJoe.com and see the rock for yourself. I mean, it is huge. It takes up almost her entire finger.
I don't understand the carat system in jewelry. I don't get it.
It's a weight. It's just a weight.
Yeah.
It's still just parts of me. I'm just like, I don't even know which one's better or not. So
Yeah.
all I know
It all
about
depends
hers
on,
is
like,
giant. It's like
clarity.
this big.
As a
It's
man,
huge.
the lower the carrot, the better.
Do you really not understand it, Charlie?
No, I've never been interested to learn it.
Okay.
I really don't.
So the first
yeah.
thing you need to separate is that there's carats for metals and carats for jewelry.
Okay.
And they're different. Carat for metal is a percentage of how pure the metal is. Okay. So 24 karat gold versus 10 karat gold. 24 karat gold means highly pure gold, whereas
Okay.
10 karat gold is impure gold. All right. Carats for jewelry is the bigger the carat, the more heavier
Okay.
the jewel is. Now, keeping in mind that different jewels have different densities, so therefore a 3-carat diamond and a 3-carat sapphire and a 3-carat topaz will actually be a different physical size because it's a weight measure. So you can think of it as like similar to like a milligram.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that's it. That's not the only thing that determines the value of the jewel, of course. I mean, there's also like,
Clarity.
clarity.
It's gotta be sparkly.
Cut, color, bloodiness, Did you buy it on the black market? Like,
Right.
there's all these important factors.
How many
Those are the
souls are
things that I
attached to this?
Right.
Was it smuggled
Is
out?
it conflict free?
Conflict free.
See, it's
Conflict.
better with conflict.
Yeah.
Conflict heavy.
It gives it a
I
story.
like my jewels.
Yeah. You know what's interesting about diamonds is that they are actually not the most rare gemstone
Right.
by any
Right.
measure. They're just their supply is tightly restricted. Yeah. Also fascinating. I just found out about this. So you know the tagline "A diamond is forever."
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So that was actually developed. Seems like a really old-fashioned phrase. That whole phrase actually only came into use in the early part of the 20th century, like roughly the 1930s, and it was an ad tagline developed by De Beers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the idea was De Beers realized that since the supply of diamonds would always increase, right, they would have a real issue with diamond resale if people felt like they could resell their diamond jewelry. And so they took the tagline of "A diamond is forever" to convince each woman that she needed to have a diamond that was new to her that she would keep forever, and that a secondhand diamond was an insult. Which is why when it comes time to buy a diamond engagement ring, if you give your fiance, "Oh, I picked this up at the estate, got it for half price," very offensive.
Not for me though.
See,
But I'm like the only girl who apparently doesn't know anything about carats and jewels. So.
I really don't know much about it either, but this rock is huge. That's all I know.
Do you really believe that? Like, if your boyfriend was like, "Hey, baby, you know, time
Hey,
to
baby."
get engaged. Diamonds are so expensive, so I just got you this ring with a topaz." You'd be
100%.
like, "Sure."
100%. I don't even like diamonds.
oh
Yeah,
wow,
100%.
your boyfriend is the luckiest man on earth.
He sure is.
I don't even like diamonds. I have one of my favorite rings is somebody's old high school ring that my dad found that's just
awesome.
gold.
Yeah.
We couldn't get it back to the person, so I just have it. Like
That's
there's no jewels in
awesome.
it, nothing.
Yeah. I'm kind
And
of like that too. I have like a certain. Well, this ring I'm wearing is my high school ring, and
Yeah.
I wear it with every single day. And I don't know
Is
why,
that
but
Tanzanite?
it's sapphire.
Sapphire.
I think
That's nice.
that's the September month. That's not my birthday, but in my school everybody had to get the same color because their colors was blue
Oh.
and silver. But yeah, I love this ring, and I don't really care for. I mean, I would love an engagement ring. I would like to wear one, but I don't know. I just feel like if you just have one piece, like you don't really. You pick what you want, is what I'm saying. If you want a topaz ring or gold or whatever, you can pick what you want. There are so many girls nowadays that are getting engagement rings that have like the pink stone or sapphire or whatever different, because I guess the tradition of the diamond is kind of fading. You know what I mean? Like for Kim Kardashian, she definitely has like a pure diamond.
She
and
seems like a
she's-
diamond lady.
Yeah, but you know, it's okay to have different colors and different things, as long as the meaning behind it is there. Like if your boyfriend wanted to
What's the
propose to you,
meaning?
that he loves you and that he wants to be with you and the promise and the forever, blah blah blah, and he gives it to you with like a topaz or whatever it is that you like. That's what is important.
Do you think part of that is because of the economic downturn?
I do. I was just going to say that. And also, I think the relative equalization of salaries of men and women. It used to be the diamond ring was in part like a guarantee from the man, I can provide for you. So therefore, here's this expensive diamond to show my, like a bride gift.
Your commitment.
Nowadays, in their 20s, I think women are actually making more money than men. So I think maybe the women should start buying rings for
I
the
know
men.
a lot
I'm
of
down for
women
that.
who have contemplated buying themselves their own engagement rings, because whether they're single or not, they want to buy that for themselves. Like this
Right.
is an established piece of jewelry that, I bought for myself because I made it,
Yeah.
and they don't need the dude to help them out.
That may be
And
the
that's
most
cool.
narcissistic thing I've ever heard. They're engaged to themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do it, but
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
Yeah, if I were to propose, I think I would try and buy the guy I like a nice watch, like a really nice watch.
yeah.
I think watches are really cool. I don't know.
Casio.
Yeah, with the calculator.
Yeah,
You
no,
know
those
what?
are really fancy.
I mean, think about it. Like, why does it have to be a ring to propose with? Couldn't it be?
Historically,
Like,
it's
I
just
would
that
love
Couldn't
like
it be
a baby grand
branding?
piano. I would love
Branding
one of
or
those.
a
I'll
tattoo?
marry you.
pet tiger.
Yeah, something that's of value to
Well,
me.
there's-
I would love a piano.
Well, there's two thoughts to it. So one, the ring thus becomes a visible symbol
Right.
of the relationship, which is
Right.
why you wear the engagement
Yeah,
ring.
you can't bring a piano around with you everywhere at the bar and be like, "Oh, I'm taken."
Sorry, guys.
Let me
On
play
the
you a
upside,
song.
you'd be really popular.
Right.
Just like,
Yeah.
hey,
And then
Scott
too,
Joplin
piano
over
man.
here.
It's true. True. There's also the symbolism of the ring, which is supposed to symbolize, the binding
Forever
together of
and
two
the
people
circle
and the
and-
unity.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Grand piano is cool, but it's sort of less symbolic.
Right. So I mean,
With
let's
this piano, I thee wed. No.
What about like Kim and Ye? Like, do you really think that they're gonna last forever?
Yes.
No.
I just don't
We should
care.
start taking bets.
They.
That's a good idea. We could have a celebrity
Wait.
like
Are you
Deadpool.
saying that they don't take marriage seriously?
I think actually celebrities do take marriage seriously.
No, they don't.
I think
they
some do.
don't.
I think
They're
some do.
so
I
messed
think some
up
do.
in their little celebrity worlds.
I know.
There are some who have made it, but then those are like the older couples,
Like Paul Newman and what's her name? I forget his wife's name, but they were married
Right,
for quite
right,
a long
right.
time.
Well, what I was trying to say is not that I think they're going to make it. I think that celebrity couples do try and make it. It's just the pressure is so terrible. The distractions are so constant. The temptations are so constant.
But still, you
So
should be able
hard.
to, stand for what you believe in, and that's your marriage, and that's
Yeah.
the sanctity of your marriage. Then
Over 50% of Americans can't even make it work.
I know,
They
and that's
don't-
why everybody is so miserable. And
Yeah. So we
I
should
don't
never
know.
expect you to get a divorce then.
I don't ever want to get a
Well,
divorce.
nobody wants to get a divorce. It's
No.
not like people get married.
When
and
I
be like,
commit to something,
"Honey,
look, I will
can't
say,
wait to get divorced."
Will you be
No.
my first wife?
no.
All right.
I will say-
Max Steele, I must
What?
admit, I actually did that. I said,
Will you be my first wife?
Yeah. I did the study, and I realized that the odds of getting married for a man dramatically decline if by the time you reach your mid-30s you haven't already been married, because the women begin to
Yep.
think there's something wrong with you.
Yep.
Right? They're like, well, what's wrong with him? That no woman's ever wanted him. I don't want to marry this guy. So like, it's
Everybody's different.
actually
Everybody has a
good to be
different
a
situation.
divorcee. So I was like, hey, would you be my first wife? No.
Well, I need to get started.
Yeah.
I think it's a genius plan.
I would just try it. Just try it, man. Just be like, hey, look, would you be my first wife? And it's like much less pressure on them too.
We can divorce in a
Less
week,
pressure.
Yeah, it's
but I just need.
We can just Britney Spears and K-Fed this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
an
so
hour
little pressure
later.
for them. You can go to Vegas. It's like, and if it works out, great. If not, like, no big deal.
And do you think that having more money, like Kim and Kanye, do you think that would make it work or last longer if you
Less.
had more money, or
Right.
last less?
Last less?
More temptation.
Yeah.
Because a broke guy who's married, a lot of women aren't walking up to him. And
Yeah.
first of all, broke guy and married, I think, are synonymous. But
That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny.
That was good.
yeah, no, there's just so much more out there when you have money. I mean, look at Tiger Woods.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So there you go. So women, if you want your men to stay loyal, make sure they are broke.
Or take all their money? Is that what you're saying?
No, just spend it. Enjoy it. Enjoy the money. It's there for a reason.
You guys are so effed up.
We are, but not for this.
Wait, what? Well, I'm not effed up.
All right, fine, you're fucked up.
You know what? I'm not awful. The world is awful.
That is true.
I'm just honest.
Just trying to get
I'm
through
honest.
the day.
I'm the most honest person you'll ever meet.
I am just honest.
I'm brutally honest.
What else we got to talk about?
I don't know. Well, all I see here are boobs.
Oh, you wanted to talk about Justin Bieber.
Oh yeah, I read that there was a guy who'd spent $30,000 on surgery to look just like Justin Bieber.
Are you serious?
How old is this guy?
What did
He's
he
in his
do?
mid-30s.
Wow.
What is his name?
Justin Bieber?
He's taking the last name Bieber. I forget his first name.
Wow.
So he's spent money to
Jason
change his
Bieber.
name,
Yes.
as well as have physical surgeries
physical
to
surgery.
look like this
Yes.
Justin Bieber.
See, I was planning to do it for One Direction, just get all of them in one.
Little bits of their
Yeah.
faces here and there.
Like, this is that one guy and the other guy.
Yeah.
But this guy is also a singer, like a professional musician.
Really?
That's so
Yeah.
weird.
Does he
Maybe
want to
he's
be
gonna
like his stunt
an
double?
Elvis impersonator.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably what it's.
Oh, what's the next impersonation big craze? Is it going to
Wow.
be Bieber?
So Justin Bieber is this generation's Elvis.
That's
Oh,
terrifying.
that's so sad.
Is he?
Yes.
What about
he-
Justin Timberlake and Michael Jackson? Are they in
You're
their own
showing your
categories?
age.
Michael Jackson's.
I love Justin Timberlake
Justin-
and Michael Jackson.
Michael
Okay, I'm
Jackson's
a little
just.
bit older
I
than
would
Justin
prefer
Bieber.
them
so?
to be our next Elvis over Bieber.
You know, Bieber gets a bad rap, but you know what? The guy came out of nowhere. He
He's
grew up
a
in
talented
he's
kid.
I think I'm just jealous.
Yeah, he's
Well,
talented.
tons of
the
money.
thing is, what he's making like pop music, and not good pop music, but pop. I mean, the definition of pop
It's
music.
popular.
Yeah, exactly.
Popular music.
So
just a simple beat
he's
that
there
everybody
for-
will buy.
He's there for a reason. People are listening to him. I mean, if everyone hated him, he wouldn't have this career.
right.
Right. But
He's
he
here
got
for a
his
reason.
career through
Sure.
Usher. Usher
Really?
Usher
Discovered him on
discovered
YouTube.
Found him.
on YouTube. Yeah. Justin Bieber was a little kid and like shredding like on the drums or whatever
Yep.
it was, and then Usher saw it and he was like, I want to find that kid. So if you think you have a talent, I think you should send it to Usher, or Ellen or Ellen.
I mean, kudos
I'm
to
gonna
them,
do
right?
me
Because-
lighting
Yeah.
my farts on fire. Send it to Usher or Ellen.
I've put stuff on YouTube, and Usher has not
but you
called
have
me.
to have real talent.
You're
It's-
saying
it's-
lighting farts on fire is not real talent? I have
There's
spent 30 some odd years working on this, day in, day out, hours on end,
Really?
eating so many beans.
All right, you know what? I want this to be a show then
Oh,
on EveryJoe.
I don't think
Every
guys
fart.
want to watch
Every fart.
Tyler fart.
Every fart, it's happening.
I don't think so.
I
Sorry.
kind of
All
like
right,
it.
look, just going back to this guy. So I'm going to admit to a double standard here, right? Because if I read a news article that says that such and such woman had spent $30,000 of plastic surgery to look more like Barbie, like it doesn't even faze me. I'm like, okay, cool, that'll probably actually help her. And then I just kind of move on. But when you read like a guy spent $30,000 on plastic surgery, I always think, wow, that's so weird. And I guess maybe in my mind, like, I have a double standard for whether or not men should focus on their appearance versus women should focus.
Well,
on
then you have the drag queens who wants to become women and they have the boob jobs and they look great. That's because that's what they want to look like. But
Yeah.
most dudes just want to look like a dude. They don't want Botox
Right,
or surgery or anything like that. They
Right.
want to be themselves. Girls want to be more pretty and Barbie and boobs and perfect. Yeah, and it's unfortunate that women are like that. They don't appreciate their natural beauty, and
Well,
so
It's,
we were
it's not
also
just that.
marketing
It's a matter of
I think it's great.
appreciating your natural beauty and saying, you know what, I like how I look, but it's all personal. If you feel comfortable with yourself, ultimately, because that's who you have to sleep with at night.
But this is a new
Oh, well,
thing,
on
though.
my end.
All right. So Skylar. So if you meet a girl who's had $30,000 of plastic surgery and assume it looks great,
Yeah.
right? So it looks really great. Do you think good for you, girl, or you think you should have stuck with your natural beauty?
Good for you, girl. I usually don't find that attractive, but if you want to, if that's empowering for you,
right.
So you say good for you. What do
It's
you
like
say,
people
Charlie?
getting tattoos.
yeah, it's your own body.
I think it's awesome. I think it's beautiful. I personally would never get one because I'm afraid of the pain. I don't know what
You can
item
handle
to
it.
choose on my body, and that's forever. It's too much of a permanent fixture that I change my mind all the time.
No regrets.
I would regret it.
You could handle it.
YOLO.
But it's the
Oh,
same
God,
thing.
no.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hashtag
get
YOLO.
on my forehead. No, but I mean, you never know. I just don't. I would never get a tattoo. I would never get a boob job. I mean, although
Yeah, I guess if we liken it to tattoos, then I'm for it because I have two. Of
yeah,
those.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, if people want to feel empowered and they want to feel like they're bringing out like their unique personality with a tattoo or a boob job or shave their head or whatever, wonderful. More power to you. You know, everybody is different.
All right, I'm going to put on my Catherine McKinnon second wave feminist hat, which is a hat that doesn't fit me very well, but I learned to wear it while I was at law school, and say, well, the difference between a tattoo and breast implants is that a tattoo is an individualized decision, whereas with breast implants, you're subjecting yourself to the male gaze of the dominant patriarchy, and every right-minded woman should oppose that.
But also,
I don't actually believe this.
but also, tattoos are now so much more
Commonplace,
common
yeah.
that I think for certain people they are almost as attractive as maybe a boob job would be. Like for certain people,
That just
I would be
shows-
directed towards that tattoo more.
That just shows the omnipresent power of the patriarchy and the male gaze.
I'm never gonna win this fight.
Subverting even the tattoo, which was a statement of independence, into its capitalist running dog hierarchy.
Do
I
you?
love tattoos on other people.
Do
I will
you?
say that.
Do you
I
wanna
love
get
tattoos.
tattoos,
I
boob
like
job,
how you're
whatever.
role playing this. You're
Yeah,
doing really
I like how
good,
he
really
changed
good
his
job.
voice, too.
Yeah, no.
That was
I-
pretty
Do
good.
Sylvia Plath next.
I used to annoy my friends in law school because I can argue from the far left just essentially forever.
Yeah.
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 That's why I just
I can
stopped.
I can argue, just argue. I think of every side and I vocalize it.
See, the trick is to argue without any real thing
I
backing
debate.
it up. Just spouting bullshit and have them defend that, and then spout more bullshit, and then have them argue against your bullshit, which you don't really care about.
I was on the debate team.
Were you?
Yeah.
That explains so much.
Yeah, I was a master debater as well.
Master debater.
Oh, see, I played football and was on the debate team.
Really?
So all the football players would call me master debaters, and all the debate team people would not talk to me.
Good mix. Good job there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Speaking of boob jobs, hello, Bella French Studies. Have you guys seen it yet?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay.
Yay.
This is how I'm learning French.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go there next year with everything I've learned from Bella French Studies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we said last time it was accredited.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Second episode tomorrow. I'm excited about it. We're going to learn how to talk to, when you see those sexy Parisian women with the little doggies, we're going to learn how to hit on them.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
like, can I kick your dog?
No.
Oh.
No. Come on, man. This is useful stuff.
No, it's useful.
I
I'm gonna
just
go
hate
hit on
small.
Parisian
I just
women.
hate small dogs.
Dude,
I want to hit on Parisian women too.
I actually get really offended when I see those small dogs because I think to myself, that was a wolf. Look what you did to me.
No, I've only been bit by one dog, and it was a small dog.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Just I was on my paper route, and I was giving this lady the paper, and her dog jumps out of the car and bites me on both of my calves, and then runs right back to her side. And from then on, I was like, I'm going to kick little things like you. I never have. I'm not going to, but I want to. There's this part of me that just wants to punt it for a field goal.
Whenever I see those small dogs, I always think back to the 18th century pictures you see of royalty, and they just had like tiny dogs, and I just wonder if it's just like it's a toy, it's a status symbol.
It's a status symbol.
Well, a lot
'Cause they're-
yeah, that's true. You see that a lot, but there's also pit bulls who go back from the 1800s, like large pit bull dogs, and they were like considered royalty.
Well,
and then
and-
they got smaller in size, I guess.
No, but they were bred for a purpose. Pit bulls were
Yeah.
bred to take down bulls.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like you said, they were
Really
a wolf.
awesome.
Like these animals these beasts were trained to do these great things, like German shepherds.
Yeah.
I
Have you guys
mean-
heard about the American Alsatian dog breed now?
No.
So essentially, this dog breeder did a ton of research into the dire wolf. So the actual prehistoric dire wolf, the body shape and everything.
Yeah.
And he realized that he could recreate the dire wolf. And so through very careful selective breeding, he is recreating the dire wolf.
That's so
What's
cool.
the name of this dog? Because I'm
American-
going to be getting it.
It's the American Alsatian. You look at this dog; it is the baddest ass dog you have ever seen.
cost so much
It looks like the dog that beats up German shepherds and eats them for breakfast.
Wow.
It's
See-
awesome.
I'm getting chills.
What?
all at
How
once.
does it compare to like a bull mastiff?
It's
Similar
very
size?
very different looking.
Yeah, but I
right?
mean, this just
But
the
basically,
size.
what you want to imagine is the size and strength of a bull mastiff, because that was one of the breeds that they introduced,
Yeah.
mixed with the shape and coloration of a German shepherd.
I want this dog.
Oh,
and
I do too.
I want.
I want that puppy.
We need one for EveryJoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need
Office
5.
Yeah.
Office dog.
Check it out. Do a Google search, American Alsatian. Awesome.
If you want to send us an American Alsatian, we won't be mad.
We will
No,
not
send us 5 of them.
We should make sure we Twitter to the American Alsatian guys about that we talked about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should. We all really want one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about them right after boob jobs.
Boob jobs. Let's take a quick break.
Yeah, and then we'll
come
talk
back.
more about Bella French.
That's
Cool.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're back, and we're going to talk some more about Bella and boob job.
Yay.
Well,
Best
like
topic
I said
ever.
earlier, I am actually learning to speak French.
All right, let's hear it.
Oh, okay. Est-ce que ça te dérange si je pisse sur ton tapis?
It's pretty good. Let me try.
Yay.
It's right there on her boobs. See?
Do
Okay.
you want to try?
Est-ce que ça te dérange si je pisse sur ton tapis?
That was good.
Skylar, you want to try?
I'm more of an audio learner.
I'm bad with
Dude,
things.
that's what makes it good, man. You're
Try
here to
it.
embarrass
I can
yourself.
try.
Okay, you go
can
for
try.
it, and I'll.
I'm not sure that I'm going to try it purposefully. Est-ce que c'est dérange si je pisse de tapis? Oh, that's why I didn't take French.
Ugly American.
Yeah.
Aww.
That's
You're
why.
so pretty to me.
That's why I didn't take French. That's why I took German.
Deutschland über alles.
All right, let's hear you. Come on.
Oh, what else do we have?
That's
No, read it, man.
Nope,
Come
that's
on.
it.
We
Right
want
there.
we want to hear your American
Est-ce
accent.
que
I just did it
Est-ce
terribly.
Est-ce que ça te dérange si je pisse sur ton tari?
There you
Great.
go.
So you can see the course is working well for your.
Yeah.
Yes, no.
I think I
soon.
need a
I've
little more
watched it
one-on-one
like
time with
800
Bella.
times.
Yeah.
So
I've always wanted to move to France and just speak with a horrible French accent.
Oh, they hate that.
And just go like, oh, Jerry Louis, what do we do here? I want to
that.
try the crepes and watch a movie with stupid people.
See,
Stupid people.
So here's the deal.
I like Jacques Cousteau.
Here's the thing. Take that French accent you were just doing and read those
Yeah.
words with that accent, and it will actually work. That's all you have to do.
Try it.
Est-ce que c'était d'orange épices sur ton tapis?
There you
That's it,
go.
man.
Wow.
Like, that's how I learned to speak French, is that I would do fake French accents in English, and then I would read my French that way, and they were like, your accent got so much better.
See,
I love
You know
it.
what I think is hard to do? It's hard to speak in English and have a French accent. Like if you're Celine Dion. You know what I mean?
He just did. It was great.
Right, but I'm saying it's harder to do that for me than to try to pretend like I'm speaking French.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Yeah.
Your stripes are very
Strappy.
and gray.
Oui, oui.
Oui.
See, I think I need some more one-on-one time with Bella French.
I think you should.
I
Really?
just think that's it.
She needs to come back.
She needs to come back.
Yeah.
Teach me French.
We
Tutor
will
me
have her
French.
come back.
Yeah.
But,
Yay.
Let's see.
Well, anyway, so her next episode is on Thursday, right?
That's right.
Yes, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yay.
All right, right.
Okay,
Should
cool.
be good.
So
Okay.
remember to do your homework
Yeah.
and show your work.
That's right. Sure.
Yeah, if not, you'll
Sure
get
you were.
spanked.
Spankings.
Yes.
I don't know if that would help our
I
students.
might not show my work then.
Let's change the subject and talk about sex.
Okay.
What do we got? We got some questions today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some questions today.
All right, what do we
All
got?
right, Charlie, let's hear the first Ask Every Joe question this week.
Okay, our first Ask Every Joe question comes from JD in Anchorage, Alaska, and he says, I have a deep, dark secret that my wife doesn't know about. I hire hookers, but not for sex. Not for sex, though. I hire hookers to kick me repeatedly in the groin.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding. I love the sensation and I can't get enough of it. But now I'm feeling guilty about not telling my wife. Should I tell her what I've been up to?
If she sees a bruised penis, I'm sure she's gonna ask.
He should just start working at a women's self-defense class and
Yeah.
not wear a cup.
I'm
There
just
you
thinking,
go.
like,
Yeah.
let's say he
good.
tells his wife, what's the first thing she's gonna do?
She's
Kick him
gonna
in the
look.
nuts.
Oh, and then it's gonna be like, this is mixing the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I
Why
mean,
doesn't he ask her to do it?
yeah.
Well, maybe, as you guys discussed in Chicks Dig It,
Maybe.
maybe he should have spoken to her about it sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
too late
fetish,
now, yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
Maybe his wife has ugly feet and it wouldn't be the same, you know? Like maybe they need to be well manicured feet with like a high heel and she's like a sneaker girl.
Or maybe
Do you really think that all hookers have nice feet?
or maybe his
No.
wife's a paraplegic.
Oh.
That's really sad.
I know, and
Down
so
a notch,
maybe
yeah.
it's
Oh,
maybe that's his only
right.
way.
Oh my gosh.
If his wife were to be a paraplegic, I would say he should not tell her because that would just be really sad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But if she isn't a paraplegic and she does have nice feet, then I think he should tell her and have her
Yeah.
kick him.
And maybe, that's I don't know how you get past that. I've been hiring prostitutes.
I don't know that I would mention that part. I would
Yeah.
just say
Yeah,
that this is a
I think
fetish
that
for
it's
me.
a good idea to go work at the self-defense place and then...
You know, and
Yeah.
maybe what he could do is he could actually have threesomes or maybe like, you know, sort of gangbangs where multiple women could come over to his house with his wife and they could all kick him together.
Yeah, I'm sure his wife would be really, really happy
He
to
did
do
say
that.
repeatedly,
Yeah.
so...
He should probably have kids, though, first, because this sounds like it's going to cause
I'm
testicular
nervous
damage
for
long
him.
term.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You might have
that's-
to freeze his sperm.
to see if he even
He should
wants
probably
to.
see a doctor
Maybe
on a
he doesn't
regular
want to.
basis.
You know, I have to say, I love learning about other people's sexual fetishes because they always end up making my sexual fetishes just feel so normal and tame.
Well, see,
you
my
know?
trick is not to really have any fetishes.
Oh, don't be. I know you. You have a pussy fetish.
Well, that and just a female fetish. I like.
Oh, so you'd be into women without a pussy?
Okay,
well, that really wouldn't be wouldn't be much of a woman, though, would it?
Dude, now you're against transgender people?
Yeah, is that all that classifies a woman?
Oh.
Wow.
And here we
can
see
get-
an
Okay,
example of
noth-
white male patriarchy exerting its male
Nothing
gaze
against
effect on Skylar.
transgendered women. I just don't find that attractive.
Oh, I see.
So it's
you're
your fetish.
transphobic.
It's your
Yes, I'm
fetish
transphobic. They
to
scare
be
me
with-
because they're so intimidating with their feminine power.
Now we
I
see
love
the
Skylar.
denial of latent homosexuality.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next question. This question comes from David in South Dakota. Hello, EveryJoe. I'm about to lose my two best friends, and I need some ideas. My 40-year-old wife says she wants to get a breast reduction because her 36 double D boobs are causing too much back pain. I'm totally against this idea, but she's not listening to reason. How do I get her to change her mind?
I'd say
Kick her in the groin repeatedly. Or the
I'd
boobs.
say while she's getting them reduced, she can probably get them like a lift and maybe get them perkier. I'm just trying to make a rationalization because
No, I don't
I
think
grew
you
up in
can.
a family full of women with large breasts, and whenever like I meet a woman with large breasts or they talk about large boobs, I'm like, oh, you probably have back pain.
Yeah,
Like
you do.
I don't imagine that's hot. I mean, I imagine, oh man,
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
gotta hurt.
do you think that you would be more attracted to women with smaller boobs because you don't want to hear about back pain?
I'm attracted to women with boobs. I don't really
Period.
care about the size, but I would say,
What if she was flat as a wall?
That would be not having boobs then.
well, that would be a boy. I mean, if
no,
they're small
she
boobs,
has breasts.
well, then
Right.
she's not flat as a wall.
No, she,
Okay,
no,
well,
no,
maybe,
no.
like-
Remember, the definition of breast is that they can lactate, right? So
Yes.
she can lactate, but she has no fatty tissue there.
Right.
That I don't mind.
So you have a lactation fetish.
Yes, yes, I love lactation since a child.
And we see the sterilizing effects on the mind of the American male due to our pop culture.
So what you're saying is that you want to be with a chick only if she is able to breastfeed children. So you want to be a dad?
Only if she's a woman, and yes,
You want to
yes,
be a
I
dad?
would like to be a father. I would like to have a son.
Not a daughter?
I wouldn't know what to do with a daughter. I'd be like, let's play catch. Oh wait, you're a girl.
She can play.
can play catch.
I played catch.
She can play catch.
So no, I get it though. You want the house of Dievendorf to endure, man.
Yeah,
I get it.
I mean-
I get it. You know,
I don't. I think my brother's going to be the one who's going to be doing that because it's not.
are you the
gonna-
eldest?
I'm yeah.
Yeah, so it has to be you, man. Primogeniture.
Yeah, well, I also come from the shallow end of the gene pool on both sides of the family.
I see.
So my brother's like a hardier mutt.
Right. Well, wait. Well, let's go back to talking about our friend who's losing his two
Oh,
best
yes.
friends. So it may be that he's never shared with his wife how meaningful the breasts are. Like maybe that was something that really attracted him to her.
She's 40 years old. If she feels that her boobs are too big and like sagging or whatever, I think that she would benefit from it. She would get rid of the back pain. She can, like you said, just have a reduction and get them perkier and smaller.
Yeah.
You know?
She's
You're
gonna
going
be
to have a
happier.
happier wife.
She's gonna be happier.
Happy
Yeah.
wife, happy life.
Would you rather have a sad wife with big boobs,
No.
which is going to make everybody unhappy, or
And who cares if he's going to lose his
And-
best friend? Oh, wait.
She's not chopping them
Oh,
off.
now I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, it's not-
'cause
it's
of
not
his
like-
two best friends.
Yeah.
Breast friends.
it's not like
Sorry,
she's
guys.
getting like a double mastectomy.
Right.
It's like it's just a reduction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know,
There's
look,
still going to be
But it is
boobs there.
painful.
The
Yeah.
reductions cause huge scars, etc. I mean, you know, it's not a trivial
That's not
surgery.
always true.
It's pretty true.
Well,
They
but
will cause scars.
Reductions.
pretty much
I-
any surgery is going to.
I think I know a girl who had a breast reduction. It was a long time ago.
Punky Brewster had a breast
Punky
reduction.
Yeah.
Brewster did, yeah.
Punky
But
Brewster,
she's probably-
you're totally dating yourself. Like aging or whatever was.
Hey, I am a huge fan of Soleil Moon Frye.
I love Punky Brewster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved her. She's so cute.
Yeah. So I don't know. I have to think about this. Like, so for instance, I have a friend who has a foot fetish, right? Like, he has a very severe foot fetish, and not like high heels, but like just literally beautiful feet, right?
Right.
And I asked him one day. I was like, imagine that your wife had a terrible accident, and her feet got amputated.
Oh my God.
Okay. He said, would you still be able to get it up? And he said, no. Right. So then,
That's selfish.
Well, I'm sure
it's
she
not
wouldn't.
selfish. I mean, that is the definition of a fetish.
I'm sure
just-
she wouldn't
yeah,
stand
but
for that.
Change the way you think about it. Why don't you just
You're not
fantasize
You're not
about
understanding what the definition of a fetish is. Oh, the definition of a fetish is that which you need in order to be sexually aroused.
I don't need a fetish to be sexually aroused.
Most women don't have fetishes the way men do. That's clinically proven.
Yeah, see, I don't get the foot fetish thing.
Well, no, sure, of course, because you don't have it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Right.
like you do your thing.
Right.
There's a famous Frank Sinatra quote: "I'm for whatever gets you through the night, be it Jack Daniels, the Bible, or pills."
Right.
And it goes for sexual proclivities as well. It's,
Right.
hey, you know, I don't get it, but you do. And as long as it's consensual between two adults,
More
Yeah.
power to you.
enjoy.
power, yeah.
Yes.
So I just think he needs to be honest with her about how he feels. If she still decides to do it, it's ultimately her body. But, you know, it's also ultimately his life and his decision as to sort of what turns him on, right? Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't necessarily want to be in a marriage if, you know, she's making decisions that are sort of
No, it's
not
a
taking into
two-way
account it's a two-way
street, and and communicated.
Right.
They should probably talk about it. I mean, she's probably not going into it lightly. She's probably already thought through why she wants to do it. I mean, she's 40 years old. She's probably lived with it for a long time. But you did agree to share your life with someone.
Sure.
Yeah,
And so I'm for you getting a breast reduction because holler, it hurts. Back pain hurts.
So what if your boyfriend decided he wanted to get like a full facial tattoo of a skull or something freaky
Face
like
tattoos
that?
scare me. I have a reoccurring nightmare that I'm going to end up with one.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say
You're gonna end up. I woke up with a full facial tattoo.
Let's say he came to you and he was like, I've been going on this spiritual quest lately, and I really feel like this is my totem, and I need to have it tattooed on my face. And some people do that.
Okay.
Right. And he'd be like, and I know it's going to damage my career because my job prospects will be reduced from this, but it's just really spiritual important to me. And will you stand by me? Would you just be like, yeah, totally, I'm with you?
I think so.
Really?
I think so. I think face tattoos, let me phrase, face tattoos scare me because I think I'm going to randomly end up with one. I'm not afraid of them on other people.
Yeah.
And I do get that his job prospects will be a little bit less, but there's some guy out there with like a full skull, skeleton tattoo on, and he's been doing just fine.
It's because he's the one guy.
Because he's the one guy with it.
Yeah. But it's the same thing as when girls they have long hair and they want to cut their hair short, and the boyfriend is like, not having it.
No, so
I just had this argument with a friend of mine because we were talking about a friend that we both have who has really long. She has really long hair, and she was talking about getting a haircut, and I'm like, that may work, because
Does she have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
Does he want her to keep it long?
I think he's happy with whatever she's happy with.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
So
I'm on a different page than you guys.
No, see, I like short hair on women. I like long hair. It just depends on how you wear it. It's like come at it with confidence and just be yourself.
My thinking is if you're married to someone, right? Implicit in that marriage is that you agree to be that person is your target demographic for how you look.
Yes, but with hair it can grow back.
But why cut it?
Because your hair might be unhealthy.
I mean, if it's unhealthy, that's one thing. Yeah. But,
But it's your target demographic, but you also are a person yourself.
Right, and you have to please yourself.
Yeah.
It's about you and how you feel.
And
no, it's not. That's just it, right? Like, you should, when you're getting married to someone, you're making an agreement that how they feel is important.
So should they sign a contract that says you cannot get fat and you cannot cut your hair?
Sure. I think that'd be awesome.
Well, then I'm never getting married.
No, but if someone part of their attraction to you is that you have really long hair, okay, and you're like, yeah, and I love having long hair, and like I love your long hair, and
it's a pain in the ass.
5 years later, you're like, you know what? I don't want to have long hair anymore. You've changed something important because you know what? It's not just a friendship; it's a sexual relationship. Right? Sexual relationship between two people who are supposed to be mutually attracted to each other. I think it's a violation of the implicit covenant just as much as if a woman marries a man who says he's going to be a good provider and take care of her
and then
and
he loses
kids.
His job?
No, and then 5 years later he just decides to quit his job because it's stressful.
I see what you mean.
That's very interesting. This has been a very deep podcast.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, we should maybe save some of this for next time.
Oh, I got more.
The deep cast.
I'm not concerned.
Yeah, I got more. All right,
Okay.
so we've just received a word from our producer that we are out of time.
Nuts.
So we need to shut down.
I'm going to go cut my hair.
Okay, that's fine.
And
I'm
I'm going to stand up for your right to do that.
As long as your husband's okay with it.
I don't have a husband.
But I should say, I mean, I apply this equal opportunity as well. So, like, for instance, when I was dating a woman who really liked beards, I kept a beard for 7 years because she liked beards.
Oh, of course. That's why. Like, if my husband or whatever said, babe, I really like it when your hair is very long, I will maintain it very long.
Right.
But if it gets to the point where it's messed up and I have to trim it for
Of
health
course.
reasons, I will
Health
do that.
reasons trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, health
Okay.
reasons
Yeah,
trump.
just like, I'm breaking up with her because she's in chemo and lost all her hair.
Ooh.
Harsh.
Yeah, that would be
And
harsh.
I think we should end it on that note.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.